Hello and welcome to Rob's encyclopedic knowledge on houseplants and succulents and cacti and everything else verdant, wonderful and lush and nice. We're talking about HOYA linearis today. I've got a lovely one here right in front of me. So this one I've been growing for a couple of years now. Sorry, the lighting's terrible. It's actually quite late in the evening. You can just see some flowers coming on there. It's starting to come like some better. But yeah, cracking specimen really. It's doing all right. Some more flowers down the bottom and a couple of more. But yeah, this is HOYA linearis. A lovely plant. What can I tell you about it? Well, it grows from the northern Indian sort of region, lower Himalayas. I wish you could see this actually. I need to have this better positioned. Might even be able to do something like this. I need to get a better setup. That's even worse. Can't see anything. It's too dark. Not enough light. That's the problem. So yeah, it's just not enough there. There we are. That's a bit better. Do it like that. So, HOYA linearis. It's a real nice plant. It's absolutely gorgeous. Lovely flowers, really scented, as a lot of these HOYAs are. It's early summer here in the UK. Flowers are kind of whitey, lemony sort of colour really. Quite pretty. Oops. You see this. And they have a lovely scent, quite lemony, a little bit cinnamony as well perhaps, I think. But yeah, this is a bit ridiculous on my head. I can't see or think or do anything. But as I said, it comes from the northern Indian region, lower Himalayas, grows in the sort of subalpine wet forests of that sort of area. Like slightly cooler conditions obviously, so instead of the crazy heat of India, this likes a pretty much a similar temperature to the UK, maybe slightly warmer, and it certainly doesn't get frost, but as long as it doesn't get into too low a single figure temperature, 7, 8, 9 degrees, yeah, it's generally fairly happy, I think. Doesn't like to be in full sun, doesn't want to be baking at all. But does want good bright light, you know. It's imagine it's sort of 20 feet, 30 feet under the canopy of a sort of subtropical cool rainforest sort of area, high rainfall. This will be very happy there. Epiphytic, growing on the branches of another tree. Yeah, it's a cracking little thing, but unlike most HOYAs, this is a bit different. If you can see this. It's got a real furry, sort of downy leaf, slightly hairy even, dare I say. Real fine hairs on it, and typically quite succulent. Yeah, it's a real nice thing. Don't really know much else to tell you about it, to be honest. Well, we've got my notes, so it's pretty easy to propagate. Oops, very easy to propagate, in fact. I propagate quite a lot of this, and it's a case of just taking a little piece off. A nice little bit of top growth or something that's coming up, and stick it in some water. I usually take a whole bunch and stick the whole bunch in water, and you get a good pot on them, you know. It grows quite quickly once it's happy. It wants, as with all of these things, it wants real good free draining soil, super free draining soil. And add a bit of pine bark if you can, with it being epiphytic. It likes the wood, or any good natural bark of any wood that you can get. Milled quite fine, you know, broke down quite well. It'll look nice, it'll do okay. As long as that water can come straight out that you put in, it'll be fine. What else have we got on here? I think to help with the flowering, one of the good things for it is to give it its winter stress. It needs a good bit of winter stress. So, and what I mean by that is let it get cool in winter. Not freezing, not that cold, you know, but it wants to cool. Certainly into the high single figures, as I said before. And also to go dry. Let it go dry for a good couple of months over that depth of winter. That will certainly make sure it flowers. And then once you get that first sort of, again, the first warm days when the light changes in the house or in the situation it's in, and you can see it's getting brighter, then give it a good feed, a good liquid feed. Nothing too crazy, about sort of half strength, and a good proprietary sort of. I use Tomerite I use on most things, to be honest. It's quite high pK and reasonable nitrogen, keeps things green, and used in quarter strength dose, it seems pretty good for these things. You don't get too much stretch growth. Well, I don't anyway. As long as you keep the light levels high, things seem quite happy. So yeah, that's HOYA linearis, not linearis, linearis. I think it is linearis. Yeah, cracking plant. Love it. One of my favourites. Well worth adding to anyone's collection. And so I think for the next couple of videos I'm going to be doing some more sort of trendy trailing houseplants at the moment, especially on the succulent side. I think we've got some Sedum morganianum. We'll have a little bit of Senecio rolianus. What else we've got? Some Ceropegia as well. In fact, you might even just be able to see a little bit of Ceropegia hanging there. So this will be. This is just one of the little cuttings I took the other day. I'm going to give it to my father for his conservatory. He's got a little sort of shady bit of Cornice conservatory where it should do quite well. And what else? And maybe one or two other bits I haven't decided on yet, but yeah, we've got lots to choose. Lots to choose from. These are just early videos. I'm really crap at this. I can't hold a sentence together. I can't talk about. I find it really difficult to do this sort of thing, but I'll hopefully get a bit better as time goes on. Please put up with me, and see you soon.